The Mines of Falun by Ernst Theodor Amadeus Hoffmann. On a bright sunny July day, all the people of Gotherburg had assembled at the roadstead. A rich East Indiaman, come safely home from that distant land, lay at anchor in the Klippa harbour, with the pennants of its Swedish flags streaming merrily in the azure sky, while hundreds of shorecraft, boats and skiffs, crammed full of rejoicing seamen, swam to and fro on the crystal-clear waves of the Gotha Elf, and the cannon of Masthugger Square thundered their far-resounding welcome out to the wide sea. The gentlemen of the East India Company strolled up and down the harbour, and with smiling faces reckoned up the rich profit which was now theirs, and were heartily rejoiced to think that their hazardous venture was now growing more and more successful every year, and that the good town of Gothenburg was flourishing more vigorously and brilliantly in the fairest bloom of commerce. And for this same reason everyone eyed the honest gentlemen with pleasure and satisfaction, and rejoiced with them, for with their profits sap and strength came to the active life of the whole town. The crew of the East Indiaman, well on to 150 strong, landed in numerous boats provided for the purpose, and set about holding their hundsning, as the feast held by the crew on such occasions is called, which often lasts for several days. Musicians in wonderful motley costumes went in front, with fiddles, pipes, oboes and drums, which they plied lustily, whilst others sang all sorts of merry songs to their accompaniment. They were followed by the sailors, 2 and 2. Some, their jackets and hats gaily beribboned, waved fluttering flags. Others danced and leapt, and all rejoiced and shouted, so that the loud hubbub resounded far on the breezes. Thus the joyous train proceeded along the wharfs, through the suburbs, until they came to the suburb of Haga, where they meant to have a right good feast and carouse in a tavern. There the best ale flowed in streams, and bumper after bumper was emptied. As is invariably the case where sailors return from a long voyage, all sorts of smart girls soon joined their company. The dance began, and wilder became their enjoyment, and noisier and madder their jubilation. Only one solitary sailor, a tall, handsome man, he could scarcely have been 20 years old, had slipped away from the tumult and sat down outside by himself on the bench that stood at the tavern door. Some sailors came to him, and one of them exclaimed with a loud laugh, "Elis Fröbom! Elis Fröbom! Why—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?